What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Here with Phil from Concrete Jungle Snakes.
What's going on, fellas?
He keeps a lot of Colubrid species, so he's going to talk to you about some of what he's got going on here and what he works with. And it's a nice sunny day in New York, so it's perfect. Go ahead, man.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah. So I don't have too much going on this year because I was working a lot. So, but still not out of the question. So hopefully I get some eggs. Here's one of my corn snakes I have here. This is a candy cane corn snake. Yeah. So these guys in the wild, they'll eat anything from lizards to birds, mice, frogs, and things like that. They get about 4 to 5 feet average. You know what I mean, for a nice sized adult. Maybe a little bigger than this. This one isn't fully grown.
So, nice. I like the color and pattern on that.
Yeah, this is I think what they call a polygenic trait when they breed the whitest to the whitest. Is just a normal albino, but they breed the high whites to the high white until it's completely red and white. So
yeah, no, definitely looks cool.
Yeah, this
goes with the shirt
called,
too.
Yeah, candy cane corn snake. Yeah, I got some other things in here I'll show off. I think I got mostly kings.
Yeah, my colubrid knowledge is not a whole lot. I've kept a few over the years, but
yeah, well, I like all snakes, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely leaning more towards the colubrids. I like colubrids.
Yeah.
Better, but I love all snakes, pythons, boas, all that stuff.
Some days when it gets hot in my room, I wish that I was into colubrids more too.
Yeah. All right, let me see what else some else I got here.
Trying to block the wind so this thing doesn't start blowing over.
Yeah. This is my male. I have him paired up with a normal albino female. So hopefully something comes along. Like I said, I started late due to work. I'm working like crazy, so I didn't have enough time to do like switching males and females back and forth. I did it here and there.
Yeah, I had a quiet season this year. Sometimes it's nice. A few years ago I had a heavy season and I did not enjoy it all that much. It was more work than I want to do.
Said some of these guys yesterday. What we got here? This is the Eastern Black King Snake. Yeah, same thing with these guys in the wild. These guys eat mostly the same thing I said with the corn snake, except these guys eat other snakes if they get a chance. So these guys eat frogs, lizards, birds, mice, and other snakes too.
Now, any of the kings that you have, are they like real responsive? If you were handling another snake and pick them up, will they go at you?
I got a couple that's like that. This one is not like that.
Yeah.
This one's pretty cool. But I actually I caught a video the other day of one grabbing me like that. And that's because I had a couple other snakes in my hands. So.
I see it with a lot of new king snake owners where it doesn't register the same way, where you think like, oh, I touched mice, I gotta wash my hands. You don't think about it.
That's actually one of the arguments when people talk about like the best beginner snakes, and that's why they usually lean more towards the corn snakes, because the king snakes have a heavier food response.
Yeah.
And they'll like tag your fingers every once in a while if they smell like another snake on you.
Right.
And corn snakes, you don't usually get that. They don't really have like a heavy food response. Like as far as when you just open a cage, a king snake will come out. Corn snakes, you have to wave a mouse in there before they actually, you know what I mean, go after something. But king snakes, a lot of them, as soon as you open up the cage, they think it's food all the time.
I snake sat years ago for somebody that had a bunch of colubrids at my house, and of course I got an ambulance. He had a bunch of kings, but he had one cow king that was like 18 years old, and it was so mean. Yeah. And like it would bite itself going after it. It's like 18 years he's had this snake, and it still hasn't calmed down.
stem. Yeah.
Yep. That is really
Yeah,
cool. Though.
so,
I like that.
Yeah, I think these guys are found mostly in southeastern United States.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think I've seen a lot of those around.
Yeah.
I've seen the
me
Mexican
either.
black kings, but not these
Yeah,
guys.
I actually got one of those in there somewhere. I'll pull them out. I'm gonna just pull them out at random and
Yeah. Surprise
'cause
yourself,
I didn't,
right?
yeah, I didn't put names on the bags or anything like that, so I don't know what's what, and then pull something else out.
That's part of the fun, you know.
I get this guy off me.
Looking at that slide, I can't imagine how hot that thing is right now. Remember being a kid, man, you used to get burned
Only
on
way
that
you
stuff.
get on there, you turn that into a water slide. That's
Yep.
how you gotta do that. Yeah, this year though, the ones that I did pair up, I know a lot of people not into the hybrids, but I like those. I'm trying to get some hybrids going, some king crosses. I have some pure snakes too. I like the pure snakes as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try to mix it up. But I just love all snakes, you know what I mean? From hybrids, pure.
I always
that.
talk a lot of junk on the hybrids with pythons.
Yeah,
but
I'm used to a lot of people do.
I don't know enough about colubrids to talk junk about it. You know, it's not not something I do. So
Yeah, this is one of my heavy food response guys too.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
still thinking about
a Florida king snake. This is a hypo. He's actually in shed. He's usually a little brighter. Yeah, he ate yesterday too. So I don't want to handle him too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually he won't bite while I'm holding him. But if I open the cage, he's ready to go out right for food. He think it's food every time.
Yeah, so this is cool for me because these are all things that I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I've seen like the banana phase kings. I've seen the cow kings and stuff like that, but I haven't seen a lot of these.
Yeah, I have a couple different morphs of some of these species I got, but I didn't bring everything out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's hard. Everybody always wants me to do collection stuff, and it's like, you have any idea how much time it would take me to go through pull all these cages down?
Exactly.
A 4-hour video and a lot of profanity.
Yep. Yeah, so this is the Florida King. Yeah.
You said it's a
These
hypo?
actually, I think they only exist in Florida. Yeah, that's what.
Oh, really?
They're not nowhere else in the United States. I don't even think if they get up to Georgia, because some of the Colubrids species like the Texas rat snake, for instance, they call Texas rat snakes, but you'll find them in like other parts of the United States that's close to Texas. But these guys, I think these guys are just in Florida.
That's the official retirement species, right?
Yeah. Definitely, I know the Goin-eye king snake is definitely to a specific part of Florida, and there was no other part of the United States. I got one of those in here somewhere as well. So, let's see if I can see what's this.
I do not.
No problem. All right, take it. This is a Mex king snake.
Okay.
Yeah, these are one of the smaller species of king snake. This is a adult male. You might see them a little bigger than this, but this is pretty much their size. Yeah, these are found by like Mexico and around that area, southwestern United States and things like that.
And that's their natural coloration?
Yes, this
Nice.
is the natural coloration. They have a couple morphs. I have a baby one. It's called Dark Phase Mex, where see the grays in this.
Mm-hmm.
The grays are like turn like dark black, and reds is pretty much the same, but it'll look brighter because of the dark black background.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a baby of one of these. I didn't produce it, but it actually, as it grows, it'll get darker, but it looks pretty much like this one, and as it grows, it'll turn darker.
Yeah, what the heck? We were at, I was at Jason's house, and he had something, I can't remember what they were, but there was some kind of colubrid where
Jason's Exotics?
Yeah.
I just was watching your video yesterday.
Yeah, it was something with, we didn't have him in the video. I was looking through his collection before we took it.
Yeah.
But it was something where they start out looking normal and then they turn black. And it was like crazy, the difference between.
A lot of rat snakes are like that. They go into that color morph phase. Some corn snakes as well.
Yeah. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Although I imagine it's got to be a harder sell when it looks like a normal and then it changes later on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know people are getting duped.
Yeah. Person will have to really know about the species to know.
Yeah. Even with my Sumatrans, I get that. People are like, well, I'm looking for a really dark one. I'm like, this is gonna be a really dark one.
Like I just said, the corn snakes is like that. They get, some of them, they change color as they get older, and they'll look a little better. Corn snakes and rat snakes. The king snakes is more the opposite. They'll be a lot brighter as babies, like the Florida kings and things like that, and the going out, they'll be a lot brighter as babies, and as they get older, they'll dull out. And so the king snakes are more like kind of like the opposite.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some species.
That'll be interesting too, because as people work with certain lines, sometimes you can figure out ways around stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get it to improve, but it takes a lot of focus and luck too.
What else I got going on?
Wind's picking up. Had this thing blow over before, but it's happened in the grass. So it survived. We got a little one in there.
Yeah, got a small one here. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is a nice one as well. This is a milk snake. This is a Yucatan milk snake, patternless.
I like how it's real faded.
Yeah, these guys, they don't get too much bigger than this either.
Oh, really?
Well, they get bigger than this, but not. They'll get around the size of that Mex I just showed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
I'm used to like the Hondurans, which get
exactly.
quite a bit bigger.
That's what I meant. They don't get like that size. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to get something going with this. This is a female.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I like the reduced pattern too, but I like that you can still see it a little bit, but it's almost not there, you know?
Yeah. These milk snakes are usually like wild and squirmy. This one, she's pretty calm.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty batshit milk snakes before.
Yeah, damn, now I just remembered. I didn't bring down my down my Mexican milk. I wanted to grab that one. I knew it was something I was forgetting. Damn, popped up on me a little early.
Yeah. Traffic is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Saw one accident the whole way.
Yeah, so this is the Yucatan milk snake.
It's nice stuff. I like it. Someday if I get more space in a cooler room, I would definitely think about some stuff.
Yeah, I wish I had more room myself. I would get into more of the bigger species, like pythons and things like that. Oh, thank you, man. So
yeah, he's on the move.
Actually put all leaves in here.
Trying to be quality control, you know?
So I won't be pulling out the same snakes again.
All you gotta do is sell it. Just pretend it's a different one, you know?
Put the ones.
Could make up a totally fake name, I won't know.
I'm pretty sure the YouTubers out there know.
Yeah, oh, they will.
Guys.
Believe me, you misspeak, they'll let you know.
I probably made some mistakes already. They're like, hey, nah, they're not from over there. They cursing me out right
Oh,
now.
you're gonna get a letter.
I'm no expert, but I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
You know,
But
it's
I have
funny
the
too.
passion for the snakes.
Everybody
though.
worries about that, and you know,
Yeah.
it's everybody should be learning forever. You know, there's
Exactly,
so much
yeah.
we don't know.
Exactly.
You know, every day I learn something new.
I'll get that in a minute. This is why I'm into the hybrids right here. You won't see a pure milk snake or a pure king snake like this.
That is pretty crazy looking.
Yeah. And this is Imperial Pueblan Honduran, I believe.
See, now I can
Imperial
understand
Pueblan
with
Honduran.
hybrids when it looks nicer. A lot of the ones in pythons look worse than the two species, which is why I don't understand.
Yeah,
like, why
some
you
of the
wanna make
ones
something that's worse.
Yeah, some of the ones I've seen with the pythons, they look real
Like
similar.
brown,
Yeah,
it's just not a whole lot
or
going
dull,
on.
yeah, exactly.
Whereas
So,
that's got like vibrant colors, cool
Yeah.
patterns. So I can see the
Yeah.
reason for wanting to do something like that.
exactly. Yeah.
But I'm sure, like anything else, people do get mad.
Yeah. But with me, it's like I always been into snakes. I'm 35 right now. I'll be 36 next month. I've been into snakes since I was maybe like 10, 11, when I used to live in the suburbs, and I caught one out there, and I was actually from the city, so I wasn't used to that kind of thing, but I had to move out there for a little bit. So, you know what I mean? It was shocking to me when I seen a
whole new
snake,
world.
so I really got into them. But
Yeah, you guys really don't get much out here, right?
yeah, out here, it's the concrete jungle. That's that's why I call it that. Yeah, but I got into them out there, and yeah, that's pretty much how it started. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Kind of just all of a sudden one day you go from, you know, no big deal, whatever, and then it's an obsession.
Yep, exactly.
And now we have rooms full of them.
Yep.
I grew up afraid of snakes. I wasn't cool with snakes until I was like 17.
Yeah, all right.
And then I got into them, and now I have a ton of them.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I always was into snakes and liked them and had them as pets and things. But when I first wanted to breed them, I seen a hybrid, and I was like, wow, that made me want to breed snakes. When I seen Imperial Pueblan Honduran, I think I got one in there similar to the one that made me want to start breeding them. And I'll show that once I pop them out at random. I'll
Now,
let you know.
are they difficult to breed? Like with a lot of the python species, you know, it's difficult to get the hybrids. Are they?
Well, some people they do the different tricks. They'll throw like a female shed of the same species, things like that, or you know, what I mean, you could scent the cage with the same species, or they'll put like two males in. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? They want to compete, so they'll
Like
breed.
fertility wise, is it like good?
Well, yeah, for the most part, it depends what you're trying to breed. If you're trying to breed like a milk snake to a corn snake or something like that, there's a little difference. But this one actually is a Honduran milk snake, Pueblan milk snake, and a California king snake. So that's all Lamprepeltis. They're all king snake species. You know what I mean? So the fertility is still in the same. Yeah, it's still the same species. They still around there, so it's close enough. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to probably breed like a, let's say just for example, like a red-tailed green rat snake with like a Honduran milk snake or something, it might be a little harder, and you know what I mean, the fertility as well. That's just as an example. I don't even know if anybody ever tried to breed that or anything, but I'm just saying. All right, let me see what else.
That bag went underneath. Should brought my temp gun with me. Gonna shot the slide and see what's at. Curious. Bet you that thing's at like 100 degrees.
All right, we got another milk snake here. This is actually another small species of milk snake. Yep. This is a red milk snake, they call it. They get a little bigger than this, but not too much bigger than this. Yeah. A lot of these are found like in the Midwestern part of the United States, things like that. They also found southeastern part of the United States as well.
Yes. Interesting pattern.
Yeah.
And I am certain people probably killed them thinking of something else because everything is a coral snake.
Yeah,
when you don't know what you're
exactly.
looking
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
That's the world. I just had somebody message me yesterday about cottonmouths, asking if we had them up here. I'm like, no, not within many states.
Yeah, actually, some they're native to New York as well. The cottonmouths. Yeah. If you go more like upstate, you'll find them. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the red milk snake.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a zipper line red milk as well. A couple other morphs of the red milks.
I didn't even see where that bag went. Oh, it's over against the railing.
Where'd it go? You gotta start putting your keys that
I know,
you get.
I
Yeah.
did,
I'm not
easy.
putting it to use.
I tried.
It
you
doesn't
know?
feel too windy out, that's why.
I know. It's sneaky. It's coming in little bursts. That's why I'm standing back here, is keeping this thing from blowing over.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people are getting seasick though because it's rocking.
Alright, see what we got here. Oh, this is the Mexican black king snake.
Nice.
You mentioned that one, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you mentioned it.
There you
I
go.
remember the kid.
Like 10 in, you got it.
Yeah, this is the Mexican black king snake. This is a popular snake in the pet trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, they fell off for a long time and now.
Yeah, then they came
Crazy.
back. The prices actually just went back down on these.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it was like maybe like last year or the year before, they was trying to sell like one Mexican black milk snake for like $750 and $800. And these things are normally like a $200 snake, you know what I mean? Something like around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they spiked up for a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, it's
They
weird how
went
that
down
happens.
pretty quick though.
And really, sometimes it only takes like one nice picture. It goes viral. People
Yeah,
see it and
yeah,
they
yeah.
want it. And then
Yeah.
start talking about it. White Lips went through that where there was a couple
Yeah.
of nice pictures and everybody had to have them until they get them and realize what kind of beast they can be, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I've always liked those.
Yeah, I have another female, smaller female. This is a female as well. She was a little smaller when I got her. She's putting on some size though.
I like the belly color.
Yeah, it's like a grayish and
Yeah.
iridescence. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these snakes though.
No.
Yep, beautiful snakes. So yeah, as the name goes, you know, they're from Mexico. Mexican black king snakes, but they're found in other regions around that state as well, not just Mexico.
Surprises me too that they're so dark because usually you see stuff further south that's not as dark because it doesn't want to absorb all the heat. But they're real dark.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you look at like black rat snakes. You know, further up north they're real dark, and then you go down south and they're like red.
Yeah. Yeah, they have some black rat snakes up north here.
Oh yeah, I get them at my house. I've relocated a few there, but maybe too many. I ended up with one in my bedroom one day. I'm like, that's not one of mine. You gotta get out. Stop this thing.
Yeah, actually, I had some eggs of these a couple years back, but they didn't hatch out. I was trying to do the I seen a couple videos of people who was like, oh yeah, I just throw the eggs right on top of something because the ambient temperature is around 80 something degrees and they'll hatch and it didn't work for me. So after that year, I got an incubator and I hatched out a couple things.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, not as much as I wanted to, but I got my feet wet.
There you go. Everybody starts somewhere, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now it's picking up.
California king snake. This is a high white face.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Got a couple black dots on its head and a little bit on the tail, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah, I actually got a couple different morphs of these guys as well.
Now with the high white, if you were to breed it to just your regular old cow king, does the white tendency pass on in some regard? Or
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the normal phase ones have some white as well. They have actually called it the desert phase one. That's one. It's like the black saddles around it. And what else I have? I have an albino striped cow king. Yeah, I wanted to grab that one out as well. I forgot to grab that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much all white with like a yellow stripe going down the back.
Hopefully people will wander over to your channel and see some of your videos there with some of your stuff, because I know you post quite a few of your snakes on there from time to time.
Yeah. Instagram is concrete_jungle_snakes. Concrete jungle snakes.
Yeah, I'll try to put links in the thing. I'm not real tech savvy, as I've told you, but I think I can get that done. I think I was able to do it for Jason.
I post a lot like on Facebook and Instagram. I post like a lot of unrelated snake stuff. So if you just want to follow the snake stuff, you could go to the snake group, Snake Dedication, or you could go to my YouTube channel, Concrete Jungle Snakes, and that's specifically for snakes. Because Instagram and my Facebook, I'll post a lot of non-related snake stuff. And I know a lot of snake people, they just want to see snakes and stuff.
I know people are always like, let me add you on Facebook. I'm like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit posting going on.
Yeah, because those are my personal page and my personal life. I deal with snakes too, so I post back and forth. Yeah. But yeah, I'll repeat it again. The Snake Dedication is the Facebook group, and the YouTube is Concrete Jungle Snakes. But if you want to follow the Instagram, you're more than welcome. That's concrete_jungle_snakes. And my Facebook is Davis Phil or Phil Davis.
Depending on which one's in jail.
Be prepared. Yeah. I'm in Facebook jail for a reason. I'll give you a heads up on that one.
I judge people now if they only have one account. I can't trust them, you know? Not being honest if you only have one Facebook account. Not posting what you're really thinking.
Yeah.
All right. Was that the last one?
Nah, a couple more in here. Let me know how long your video is.
Oh, you're good. We're at 29 minutes. It's gonna take forever to upload. It's weird. Some days it uploads quick, and then other days it doesn't want to upload at all. I'll have a 10-minute video take 2 hours some days, and I'll get a 40-minute video up in an hour and 10. So you never know.
A couple more snakes. This is a speckled king snake. Similar to that eastern black, but this
You
is
just see a little bit more pattern up the sides and back. Are they from a similar region? Or?
Exactly, yeah, similar region as those. Yeah, southeastern United States. believe they're in Midwest as well. Speckled king. They get a little bigger than this. This is probably like a sub-adult.
Overall, though, it seems like most of your snakes, at least, obviously, you probably pick the better ones, but they seem to have pretty good temperaments. You don't seem to be getting
Yeah,
too much
nah,
trouble.
they're all pretty much this temperament. They're all pretty much good. Move a little faster. Get a couple more of these guys I want to show in there. It didn't seem like we was out here a half hour
No, I
already.
Goes quick.
Yeah, I thought we was out here like 15 minutes.
The longest video I think I had was like 53 minutes, and ironically, that one was on Colubrids too. So it must be something with them.
Nah, you can fit a lot more snakes in the Colubrids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I was to get into like pythons and things, I wouldn't feel as comfortable like holding them in like the tubs and things. You know what I mean? I know you can hold them in there, but I don't know. Just for me.
I don't mind the rack so much as long as I can latch them. But if you just have tubs with tops on them, they can definitely make maneuvers when they want to.
Yeah, this is Eastern chain king snake.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those before.
Yeah.
At least not that I know of.
Yeah, see, these are the ones actually. They're real bright when well, this phase actually real bright as babies, like a real high orange, but she dulled out as she got older. But actually, the normal phase. This is a locality. I forgot the exact locality, but the normal Eastern kings are like just basically black and white. The same pattern, but black and white. See, this one is has the oranges in it.
Yeah.
That's the locality. Yeah. But like I said, she was a lot brighter. Oh, look, she just tried to
I was gonna say I saw that.
She usually
I was watching her pushing for a while. I was thinking she was gonna do it, but
And she just ate yesterday.
oh,
She got a big chick in her somewhere. But yeah, she's a real good eater. I had this one since she was a baby, actually. Yep. All right. Yeah, she might have missed maybe like 3 meals since I had her.
yeah. Actually, I had that problem with Incognito recently, and she hasn't eaten since then, which is concerning me because she's all healed up. But looking at her shed cycle, and she was paired up, there's an off chance that maybe she's going to give me some eggs. So
All right.
that's why, because behaviorally everything, she looks good. I just cleaned her up today. I looked at her, she's a little heavy, so maybe if she is going to lay eggs, it'll probably be within a week or so. I don't know her exact shed date because I wasn't paying attention, but I know it was just before I took her to the vet. So I have
Yeah, this is the Goinai king snake I was talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
see, she got a little chicken
Yeah.
as well. Fed most of them yesterday. I'll do the rest of the feeding later on today. Yeah, this was that special part in Florida I was talking about, the Pachicola king snake. They also refer to it as.
Okay.
That's a part of Florida they're from.
Yeah, I don't understand. People always assume that you feed everything in one day. I'm like, I can't. Man. It's too much work.
Yeah.
I'll break it up into 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. I tried it 2 days. Sometimes it'll go to 3 though.
Especially doing frozen thaw. I only have so much space to thaw so much.
Exactly. Yep.
You don't want to waste. You want to make sure that everything's going to eat.
And I clean at the same time when I feed.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. Because even if I cleaned the day before, you know,
Yeah, they're gonna go again. Yeah.
stay in and go to the bathroom, or I had times where I just cleaned it. I put the snake in, changed the water and everything, and I come back from like just getting a cup of water, and they already went to bathroom in the water bowl, and I gotta do that all over again. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, this is her.
I cheat like that too, but it's nice for me with the
King snake.
pythons because they'll sit coiled for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll let them hit it, coil it. I'll put them on top of like a rack or something.
Yeah.
Do their cage real quick and then stick them in there before they even, you know, uncoil. But these guys start eating pretty much right away, so you can't do that.
Yeah, this is once out. This is one. Actually, somebody was selling this snake, and that's the reason why they sold it. I had it maybe about a year now, but that's the reason they sold it, was because it was a pet and it was too aggressive, too food aggressive for them. So they couldn't take care of it.
Yeah.
And they sold it on one of them sites. I forgot, one of them snake sites. And I found it.
My favorite excuse when people get rid of them is they don't have time. And they have one snake. I'm like, do you know how lucky your life is to have one?
Oh, not too many more. I got 4 more. I'll try to get these out. Yeah, and I have more snakes than these. So, like I said, if you like snakes, follow the channel.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do my best.
This one in there, the Honduran milk snake.
It's a nice size one right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he just ate yesterday too.
Oh, it's a male too?
Yeah, this
Nice.
is a male, yeah.
And more of that normal herky-jerky-ness that I'm used to with
Hey,
Hondurans,
with the, exactly. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about milk snakes, but they're so pretty. I got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the tangerine phase. Honduran milk. This is pretty much their size.
I'm hoping,
This
you know,
is pretty much their size of them.
I'm hoping the camera will pick up the difference in the orange and red because it's such a cool thing with them, but
Yeah,
sometimes the color on video doesn't show up as well as it does in person.
yeah. I have a couple other phases of these as well. Maybe when Dan comes back, I'll do another video showing
Yeah, a whole different group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I got to go back to Dylan's too. Like, we didn't do half of his stuff. I did 4 videos out there, I think. Was it 3 or 4? I think it was 4. We did venomous, berms, bloods, and
Oh
then
yeah,
so
some
we did
venomous
4.
too.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and this guy's usually a little brighter. He's probably about to go in shed.
Yeah, you can see the dullness a little bit.
Yeah. But I like him. He'll still eat going in the shed.
That's the other thing I find. Every time I'm planning, I'll use this snake for this video today. I go and grab them and they're in shed. You're like, ah! Murphy's Law, though.
Yeah.
If it can go wrong, it will. I have a bunch that I wanted to do meet the collection segments on, and it's just been, they just ate or whatever it is. I used to stack and just do like 4 or 5 videos at a time so I could have some, but I've been so behind. I've been shooting as the day of or the day before.
Yeah, a lot of times when they're in shed, I still take pictures of them. People be like, oh, why you take pictures of them in the way they're in shed? I'm like, I think they still look cool.
Yeah. It's my snake, my business.
Sometimes the eye coloration, everything too.
Yeah.
So I like it. This is another hybrid snake. This one has a bunch of things crossed into it. Gray band, Leonis, and Mountain King and Durango, I believe.
What color's the belly? Is it just a reflection or is it?
Yeah.
I was just catching the reflection of your shirt. It looked almost orange at one point.
Yeah, this pattern is crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people like this girl. Yeah. She has a couple bite marks on her because I just tried to pair her up. These snakes, they don't grow too big. They get maybe a little bigger than this because it's Leonis, mostly Leonis king snake, which is the variable king snake.
Okay.
Yeah, so they don't really get too much bigger than about the size of that Mex-Mex. They're pretty much a smaller species. Yeah, but I paired up for a little bit, and one of the male was taking bites of her, so I separated them. because she started to look bad. The male was a little bigger than her. So once I seen she started scarring up, I'm like, let me separate
Yeah.
her. And I didn't really throw nothing back in with her.
It's a nice
So she
thing.
heals
None of
up.
my bloods and short tails have ever not gotten along. You know, they always do
Yeah.
well when I breed.
Yeah, that's the thing with king snakes. Yeah, they'll definitely
it's
try
the olives that scare me, but my pair seems to be really good. But sometimes the olive females will eat the males or kill them.
Yeah.
But my two just seem to get along really, really great. So I'm very fortunate there.
Olive pythons, they'll try to eat each other once in a while. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Apodora are worse, but olives will do it.
I don't think I've seen your olive python. Every time I see a video, it's mostly the bloods. And
Yeah, they're on there. If you scroll through, I did a video pairing them up a long time ago, and then I did
Yeah.
one with her outside.
the bloods or the short tails, because
Yeah.
I know it's a
That's-
difference now. I see
yeah.
some of it.
That's the majority of
Because
what I have.
I used to think they was pretty much the same thing, but I like that term you use. What is it? Every blood is a short tail. Every short tail is a blood, but not what is it again?
It's all bloods are short tails, but not all short tails are bloods.
Yeah, that's the same thing with like king snakes and milk snakes. Every milk snake is a king snake, but not every king snake is a milk snake.
Gotcha.
And same thing with corn snakes and rat snakes. Every corn snake is a rat snake, but not every rat snake is a corn snake. Yeah.
See, I'm learning something now. That's good.
Yeah.
And what is this?
This is another king snake. Yep. This is my mind just went blank. I'm sorry. I know you're gonna curse me out. But I forgot the specific name for these.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
I like
but
it.
it's a king snake.
Now, is that a morph or is that?
Yeah,
something
this is a morph. Yeah. Striped.
That is cool.
I know once I go upstairs and see it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Anything with blacks, reds, and oranges is stuff
Yeah,
that I like, you know?
exactly.
Those
Yep.
colors always go well together too.
Yeah. A lot of them are matching the shirt. This was not planned. I hope it actually could come up, because sometimes it might not come up because of the background.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I can see, it looks pretty good, but you never know.
Right.
I'm over here battling the wind.
All right, I think I got one or two more, and that's it.
Back blew over by the can there. Someone didn't use the keys. I don't know.
Nah, I thought I put it on there. Must have not been the metal part.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably like only a quarter of my snakes. Yeah, it's the last one right here. This is probably the Imperial Pueblan Honduran, my favorite actually. And, I guess save the best for last.
There you go.
As far as my opinion. I have a couple of these as well, but I only brought one out. Another orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually the one I was mentioning. Not this one specifically, but this type of snake. When I came across this scrolling through the internet, I seen one of these and I'm like, oh, I got to get into breeding snakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, this is what I want to do now. Because I always had them as pets, like I said, since kid. You know what I mean? But
It beats other things you can spend money on, right?
yeah, exactly.
It's a good vice.
Exactly. Yep. Since
Plus,
then,
it doesn't leave money for any other vices. You're stuck.
yeah, since then, that's what I've been spending my money on, like you said. Yeah, so this is a Pueblan milk snake bred to a California king snake, bred back to a Pueblan milk snake, and then bred to a Honduran milk snake. Yeah, so if you
Some crazy stuff
want to
going
follow
on
them
to get
all,
there.
but it's called the Imperial Pueblan Honduran. Yep. So Pueblan milk snake to a California king snake, babies bred back to a Pueblan milk snake, and then those babies bred to a Honduran milk snake. And that's what you get pretty much. Yeah, this is my favorite out of all my snakes. These guys.
Yeah, cool. Looks like abstract art, you know, like somebody just splotched some color down somewhere.
Yeah. And they don't have like the scary milk snake, you know what I mean?
Craziness.
Yeah, these guys are pretty calm.
Nice. All right, well, I will try my best to link some of your pages there and stuff for people so they can check out the YouTube and the Instagram. And I don't know if I can link the Facebook group or not, but I'll try.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in the description. And then check out his channel. You can see some of his other snakes on there.
Definitely.
And we will wrap this up, so we'll see you guys.
All right, thanks for joining me, Dan.
Yeah,
Concrete Jungle Snakes. Later, y'all.
See you guys.